All right. Well, we've got four-way Hollywood squares here going on Zoom. If you switch over to gallery view here. So hey, Dave and Jake from JamBase checking in with Reid and Jon from Strangefolk. Is it still Strangefolk duo, or did we stop doing that 10 years ago?
We stopped doing that like 25 years ago.
25 years ago. Okay, so
but in our hearts, sorry, Luke and Eric, it still is.
So yeah, we're getting our next video ready here. Jake's probably editing it right now while he's listening. So 5 years ago, when we all hung out, it was May of 2015, and these beautiful young gentlemen came by the office and they recorded Althea and To Lay Me Down, and we published both of those as part of our videos of 50. And they also did an original, I want to say, Westerly, that we released at some point too, and we were promoting something for you guys. But there's been another tune hiding in the archives, and it was Tennessee Jed. So we're gonna release that video here today. Before we do that, we're gonna do a little fun game here that I did with Anders and Luther when we talked last week, and it is sort of against all odds. This is actually a good thing, and it's called like read the YouTube comments about these videos. So pulling up Althea here while we were waiting for Reid, we were admiring the fact that it has 171,000 views on YouTube.
Yeah, it's our fourth most played video of all time, and our fourth most played video weekly.
Oh,
wow.
So
Still
1,100 thumbs ups and 32 thumbs downs.
Track them all down.
Yeah, we're gonna like Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. We're gonna go find these 32 people.
I've already hired somebody from the dark web to chase.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna read. I'm gonna read a few here. As I mentioned to Jake from time to time, if I ever need a pick me up, I always just go to the comment section of the songs of their own videos. So here we go. Perfect voice for this song. There's a handful of Garcia tunes that I consider either hands off or very hard to cover. Blah blah blah. I've not heard an Althea that Jerry didn't leave that gave the song any justice. This gives the song justice, very much so. Thank you. Props to whomever recorded the sound for these. They all sound wonderful.
Yeah.
Jake.
Props to that guy.
Beautiful. Love the personal touch on the ending. Love these guys together. Strangefolk Playing the Dead is sweet sounds. And here's a good one, Reid. Not sure if you've ever seen this one or not. Reid, I think, is referring to my cat named Althea, whom he met during high school in Chappaqua, New York. He says now there's a lot of blonde-haired kids running around San Francisco named Althea. Prior to that, there were only cats. Althea was a stray who showed up at our kitchen window in the winter of 1986. Althea was supposed to stay for only one night until we found his owners. It's only from YouTube user G Gongi. Reid, do you know this cat from 1986?
You know, it sounds oddly familiar, and the fact that it popped out of my head probably suggests that it was in there, but I can't quite.
And we got some other funny Strangefolk memories in here. I guess when you have 100,000 views on something, people say some good stuff. Met Strangefolk in Worcester, Mass. in 1998 before their show at the Palladium. They had their families in town, and they were then and are now the essence of class act. Love these folks. I respectfully disagree with Christopher Riley here.
I think they haven't heard our private conversations.
Right, yeah. And then we got Jon Trafton gave me a slice of his pizza when I sat next to him at the bar prior to the Strangefolk show in Carbondale, Illinois, 1998. So OG Simpson wants to thank you for the pizza. And then Sandy Ernst says she accidentally hit you with a swinging door at the Somerville Theater in 1998. So I'm not sure if you remember that, Jon, but someone hit you with a door at the
I don't. Careless life on the road.
1998. And there were a couple here.
Wait. When Jon says he doesn't remember that, he means 1998.
Right. Whole year.
No, I actually remember the other one. I don't remember giving anybody pizza. I remember playing there though. I remember the venue.
Well, I don't remember
saying something.
We got a couple people in the comments section. I don't know if they're the 30 thumbs downs or not. There's a couple of people taking Reid to task on some lyric flubs, but as someone who would be very quick to accuse Reid of messing up lyrics to even his own songs, and like, you know, as I think the first person to actually point out to Reid that he got the name of his own book wrong on the cover of said book. I listened to it and like had the lyrics up on another tab. Like, it's pretty damn close. The things you change are very minor. So not sure about these lyric changes.
I remember seeing one of those comments, and I think, look, there are purists who are like, this is the lyric, and I respect that, but I'd be the first to point out that Jerry couldn't even get his own lyric.
There's plenty of that in here as well.
I was gonna say, is at least good enough for Dead.
Yeah, close enough.
And
close
I
enough
do have an issue with it, and it's funny. It's like something that it's fun. It's a fun, like, sort of antagonistic relationship with the fans. They're like, wonder if he's gonna get it tonight. Apparently, I repeat. In Mud Spring Draw, there's a verse about ticklers behind the toilet, and somebody was telling me they were betting on how many times I was going to do that verse.
At least you know they're listening.
You just really like ticklers behind the toilet, apparently.
That's a fun thing to say.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah. And a fun thing to experience in real life as well.
That's on my other YouTube channel.
Okay. And then I'm just going to cheat. And I went to when we're next in quarantine and we go over all the 20 years later videos and outtakes, which I think we also have stuff for you guys. But one of my favorite comments ever on that one is when you guys did 6th Avenue Heartache by the Wallflowers. And Bread99 says, "Holy crap, is that Littlefinger from the Game of Thrones," in reference to Mr. Trafton. So.
Oh yeah, I remember. I think I actually saw that one.
At the time, you look a little more like Littlefinger than you do right now. So that one always cracks me up.
That's funny.
Who knew?
I think you should be, you should be flattered. I get Fred from the Wonder Years.
All right. Yeah. So it was 5 years ago. Reid, had you just moved here? Me and Jon were trying to remember.
Yeah. I was like fresh off the boat.
Yep. You had just moved here. And Jim Louderback was in the office. My first time I ever met him. It was my first real time hanging out with you guys. I think we all sort of knew each other. But that was one of our first real hangs, and now we've all met each other's children and everything. And Jake and Reid, you guys went on to do a bunch of work together after this, like years after this, stemming from this session. I'm not actually super clear what it was. I know it was
we did it all remotely, and Jon was a big part of that too. But the reason I called Jake is back to the audio recording. I just thought the audio was so amazing. I was like, and if I'm going to do this remotely and kind of hack it, he's the guy. He gets great sounds. And so I tracked all my guitar and vocals in my garage with Jake.
Ooh, yeah. Oh yes. Oh, the infamous Reid was late to the recording session at his own house and left Jake in his garage.
2 hours late too. And so,
I'm pretty sure I just drank all your beer. So
we did. The nice thing was the beer fridge was in the garage.
Yeah.
Jake was not very pissed off. My wife.
Yeah, she kept coming in and checking on me. I was like, I'm really fine. I got other work I could do.
She was like, "What is wrong with you?"
And one of your sons, as I recall, too. You were recalling the story to me at the time. You're like, and then like one of my kids was like, "Dad, like you left Jake in the garage." Like,
sorry, Jake. I love you, man.
I was actually listening to the album a couple weeks ago. And it's really cool how well it came out. Like, given that we did just record in your garage or green room at Terrapin or wherever, like it really sounds like a studio recording. It's pretty cool.
It does. And Jon played a huge role on it. He's
a lot of guitars.
A lot of the tracks, and he did it all himself from his home studio.
So you guys have both been dabbling in bedroom live streaming, living room live streaming during all this craziness. How's that been going for you guys?
It's been going well. It's been going really well. It's been a lot of fun. It's been cool watching each other too. Like, you know, we did one on Friday and Reid was on. That was really fun. I kind of jumped on and said, "Hey, who wants to keep the party going?" And then we went and then I went on, and then Eric jumped in and kept it going. I think I was on a Zoom conference call until about 1 a.m.
Let's just say,
night.
At least by the old rules of politics, Jon will never be president of the United States.
Yeah.
Do I need to watch a replay of something that was happening?
No. It was basically kind of, it devolved into kind of like a hotel room party by the end of it. Like I don't know how many people we had on there. It went off of Facebook and it went onto Zoom and turned into
virtual debauchery.
It was really fun though. It was just cool to see all these people from all over the place. It was like hanging out together. I never, who would have ever thought that we'd be kind of dealing with that right now, but it actually felt really good, I think, for everyone to just connect. It felt connected, even though, I mean, it was just like what we're doing here, but it was just really high spirits. Everybody's having a really good time. So it was fun, felt good. So yeah, the streaming's been going really well. I think it's been, who knows if it'll be like a new thing. We were talking earlier, Dave,
while we were waiting
TRI
for
Studios. Yeah, while we were waiting. Was that the first time we were waiting for him, or the second?
Yeah, was it the first time we were waiting for
immaterial?
Or the second time we were
started a support group for all the people that I've left, right? And to that end, there's somebody waiting for me on
right now that we're making you wait for someone else now. All right, well, we're gonna wrap this up. We're gonna debut Tennessee Jed here a little bit once Jake's done editing it. Reid, you got a kid named Jed, right?
I do. We call him Tennessee Jed. So
which one is it? Small, medium, large?
Which one of my small baseball team? It's the youngest.
The youngest one. So not the one that jumped on with you on your live stream playing piano the other day.
That's the oldest.
Which one's that? Ryder?
Ryder. I know you, Ryder.
Ryder, Jed, and who's our third one?
Cole.
Cole, right.
And the only Grateful Dead reference there, his initials are CC. So maybe CC Ryder.
Yep, CC Ryder. CC Ryder, Jed. All right. Nice chatting with you guys.
Great seeing you guys.
Yeah.
Good seeing you guys. Thank you.
Cheers.
Thanks for the support.